Hi guys, Brad Hawthorne. I'm here to talk about spinner fishing as it pertains to walleyes. Now, midsummer, early summer, late summer, you have a bunch of different things going on. You have the bug hatches, which are either going on or ending. You have everything that's spawned during the spring. So you have bait everywhere, and what spinners do is they mimic bugs, minnows, fry, all those different types of things. That's why it really pays. If you plan on being a proficient walleye angler, you need to learn in-depth techniques with spinner fishing. So a couple of the different things I like to do. First, weeds. Weeds, my go-to sinker. Worm weights, they're super cheap and they're super effective for over the weed tops. Now you may say, where do I start weed fishing walleyes? And that's simple. Any lake with weeds that grow from 20 to about 8 feet of water, and there's a gap in between the top of the weeds and the surface of the water, 4 to 8 foot, somewhere in that realm is where you're going to want to employ that bullet sinker and 2 to 4 foot lead on your spinner rig. Now over weeds, I really prefer to be natural. Your copper hammered blades, plain copper, silver, brass, bronze, any of those natural hues is what I like over weeds. And the one thing I have to remind everyone over weeds, everyone thinks crawlers or leeches on spinners over weeds. I have a lot of success with an Aberdeen hook and a minnow over weeds. It's actually my #1 presentation, so don't forget the fathead minnows when you're fishing over weeds, because sometimes it's the only thing you're gonna get bit on. So bottom bouncers. Bottom bouncers, this is your R-style bottom bouncers. I have these from 1 ounce all the way up to 4 ounces. And you may say that's a big spectrum of weight to have, and it's really not. Anywhere I'm fishing over a rock or snaggy areas, your R-style bottom bouncer is key to using. And you're gonna wanna use 1 ounce for every 10 foot of water. Now, here's a trick for you guys with R-style bottom bouncers. They're made to tick the bottom and kind of just drag across. What a lot of people do is they just take their R-style bottom bouncer, they rig them like this, and they go, okay, well, that's it. Well, if you take these and just bend them straight up, we just made that guy a foot longer and about 20 to 30% more snag resistant. So put that one in your tackle box bag of tricks for snag-free fishing with bottom bouncers. Now, you also have your reed runner style of bouncer. I like this around gravel and things like that. These are basically your 2 main bottom bouncer styles. You have a mini reed runner, and then you have your traditional R style. And you also have the Slick Stick by Northland. They go all the way up to 4 ounces. My personal favorite for running, when you have to telegraph the bite back to you. Having that Slick Stick down there, it's a big piece of stainless steel. You feel every rock, every pebble, every bite. So if you guys love fishing bottom bouncers and spinners, go buy yourself a couple of Slick Sticks and notice a difference for yourself. Now, some of the bigger bodies of water, Erie, even Superior, Michigan, they will run snap weights on boards. And I like to employ that same 1 ounce per 10 foot of water. Everyone's kind of got their own formula for weight on boards when it comes to spinners, but that's the one I kind of use as a rule of thumb to dial in weight. But in open water basin trolling situations, we're usually using that 6 to 10 foot spinner length, you know, just to get it farther away from the weight. So keep in mind, there's a bunch of different ways to do spinners behind boards. There's a multitude of different techniques. Another one is quite simply putting the snap weight 50 feet ahead of the whole spinner component, so that weight is so far away from the spinner that it's not even affecting the bite. So blade fishing, spinner fishing, this right here is about as basic as you get. This is an over-the-counter Northland spinner right here. Over weeds, 2, 3, and 4 size blades. Open water, 4, 5, 6, and 7 size blades. And then for just bottom bouncer fishing in general, you can use a combination of any of those blades, but that's my rule of thumb on blade size. For open water, I want fish to see it, I want to bring more fish in from a distance, and then for everything else, kind of use a mix of both. Again, spinner fishing, not just for shallow weeds, not just for 30 foot of water, not just for rock piles, not just for sand flats. You can fish spinners anywhere. And again, I would encourage everyone to get out there and start mastering different forms of spinner fishing to put more walleyes in the boat all summer long.